number 1.
Hey guys, it's Jumpycool, and welcome back to the Jumpycool Christmas Countdown 2025. Today we are reacting to a Scott The Woz Christmas episode, like we did last year. And whereas last year we did You're Not an RPG Guy, today we're doing, no, I didn't mean to change that. Today we're doing Merry Christmas Data Design. So, I do know this is a bit of a long one at 43 minutes, but, the other ones didn't really sound that interesting, aside from have a bootleg Christmas. So I figured, why not? We're gonna do this one. So, make sure you like and subscribe to see more, reaction videos to this. There's stuff like Doug, Failboat, SMG4, and other stuff. Further ado, let's, figure out data design, I guess. Scott Wozniak presents. Starring Scott Wozniak. Okay. This is gonna be quite an interesting one. I can't wait to see how this is gonna go. I'm just glad to be watching more Scott The Woz. I love doing reaction videos on Scott The Woz. Scott The Woz, episode 250. How many episodes are there? Merry Christmas Data Design. Seriously, how many episodes of Scott The Woz are there?
Hey y'all, Scott here.
Where was the window? Where's the window?
It's the busiest Christmas Eve of the year for us over here at the left pole.
Left
Santa's got the
pole.
north covered, we got the left. I formed this company when I noticed that Santa Claus was the only supplier of holiday cheer. If I wanted it from anybody else, I'd have to convert religions. It's a monopoly, and if you disagree, well, I don't. Competition helps everybody, especially self-esteem. Santa's been cruising on elf labor and white hair for the past 2,000 years, and it's all because nobody stood up to him to tell him to do better.
So, we have 4 hours to finish and deliver gifts to...
I do like how they have different colored Christmas hats.
We can't travel the world by ourselves. That's a 9-deer job. Put me in a room with 9 deer and tell us to do a job. I'll finish top 5.
We've only finished 2 presents so far, and one's an IOU.
Okay, well, if it comes down to it, the pack of cigarettes, we can separate amongst 20 people.
I just don't see how we compete with Santa. We don't have anything to combat him. We don't have silver bullets. We don't have garlic.
Well, we're just gonna have to learn everything Christmas. We're gonna have to do everything he does.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Lord!
Jerry, how's our biblical research going?
Seconds past.
Oh, my bad. Inbreeding.
Target employee, have you opened the door yet for us to walk outside?
Yeah, my hands are pooped.
Well,
We're
does anybody
screwed.
have any spare ups to give?
I gave those up long ago.
Who am I kidding? We're never gonna be able to compete with Santa. We'll never be not real like he is.
Now, I think we're gonna have a shot. We just gotta stop making these presents by hand.
There's gotta be something lying around here that can suffice as a gift. What about this?
No, I need that. It helps remind me there's a dead rat on the floor I need to clean.
Okay, what about all those games in the shopping cart?
Well, that's convenient.
Oh yeah. Come.
Why do you have all these games here?
I was gonna return them.
Why are they in a shopping cart?
I was gonna return that too.
You hoard games all the time. Why do you want to get rid of these?
Well, one of them has blood on it.
Oh.
And this one's got shit on it.
Wait, no it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Well, then why are you returning it then? I need answers. And I'm not getting it from here.
You really want to know?
Yes.
It all started.
Got flavor.
Well, I can go as far back as the birth of Satan, but I'll fast forward to 1983. The video game industry was in a tough spot.
I do like
Boom
Scott
of
The Woz
arcades
sometimes
and home
didn't
video
say
game
you
consoles.
do
Every company
learn
said,
quite a
"Hey,
bit
that's a
about
great
video
idea.
games.
Let's do that too. Two. Oversaturation. There was no quality control. Everybody was making video games because for consoles like the Atari 2600, there was no procedure to get a game approved for release on the system. You could just release a game for the system. Because of this, retailers didn't know what games were the ones they wanted to keep in stock. Consumers were getting burned by bad quality titles, and the industry entered the infamous crash of 1983.
Yeah, we remember
all
that.
because everybody thought they could open a video game company this year. Introducing Data Design Systems. Who are they? Bad. But at the time, they were just like any other small software developer based out of the
Okay, so we're
UK.
learning
They would
about
go on to
data
craft
design.
gaming
Title.
experiences, mostly for home computers, such as the Commodore 64, Amstrad CPC, and ZX Spectrum. The games such as Tobruk, The Clash of Armor, DNA Warrior, and Annals of Rome.
Annals of Rome.
But by the time 1990 rolled around, Data Design Systems was no more. Acquired by Stuart Green's company, Green Solutions, the studio was renamed to One Data Design Interactive. Does that name ring a bell? Well, or maybe these images will refresh your memory.
No. No.
Yeah, that Data Design Interactive. Well, throughout the 1990s, they developed numerous
Jeopardy,
titles of
Wheel
lower
of
quality.
Fortune,
It
Lego
wasn't until
Block
the
Raiders.
2000s hit with the introduction of the Nintendo Wii that they finally
Yeah.
rose to infamy. From 2004 to 2009, they created over 30 titles, more than half of their entire resume of games
30?
released since 1983. While Data Design was pretty much always a developer of lesser titles, they pushed that perception to its limit in the Wii era. And the crazy thing is, they benefited from it. The quantity over quality initiative they were focusing on actually succeeded. They were doing well during this time because of the casual consumer base of the Wii picking up their games just because of the low price, not knowing any better. They opened a US office, secured licenses for well-known brands, and boasted 40% market share of all value-priced Wii games in Europe.
So everything
all
was
because
going
they won
well.
people over with cheap prices and enticing
And then something
box
bad
art.
happened.
I can't say I wouldn't.
Thankfully, this business strategy did not work in the long
Yeah, something bad
run.
happened.
Just a few years later, in 2009, trading ceased at the company, and it
And
later
they
fully
went out of
defunct in
bankrupt
2012.
business.
Satan Speed Data Design.
During my numerous shovelware benders, I've already experienced many of Data Design's most infamous titles. I don't want to look at them anymore. They remind me of bad.
Well, regardless of the quality, they are pretty multi-purpose.
Like, I could use this as a rectangle.
So it's settled. We'll use these as Christmas presents.
Well, you know what they say. Sure.
No, they don't. They say yes.
And so do I.
All right.
Okay.
We're in
Product
the
testing.
testing zone.
He
If we're gonna
did the
distribute
pog
these, we gotta do
face.
product testing.
We can't do that. We don't have time.
Do we really want to risk the lives and safety of children everywhere?
Yes.
Do we not want to meet our deadline? You know what? Fine. The only way you can truly defeat a demon is by taking a look at its entire life and understanding fully why it is the way it is. And the sooner we get that out of the way, the sooner I can get out of here and achieve glory.
Okay.
Well, let's test out the worst game developer of all time's entire catalog of games and see if we actually gain anything from that.
Okay.
God, is that a lump?
We already have.
First off, you know how the old saying goes. One of Data Design's first major releases was
Tobruk?
Tobruk, The Clash of Armor in 1987.
Never
They did
heard of
a
it.
couple of incredibly obscure independent ZX Spectrum releases beforehand, alongside some actual professional software, but I'm only talking the real stuff, you know, the stuff that can make me cry. Released exclusively in the UK for personal computers at the time, Tobruk The Clash of Armor was a bit of a revelation for everybody. Evil is born! You're telling me this was the first thing they made? What was their MO? Was Smirnoff funding them? Tobruk is a turn-based strategy game from the 80s. You know what that
Okay.
means. I don't think this game in
Slightly
particular was
Scotch
ever at the
scream.
top of the food chain. I can't really say this is abhorrent. I mean, this is a World War II strategy game from 1987. As much as I would love to tell them do better, the wall isn't responding. Afterwards, Data Design mainly created multi-platform versions
Annals
of
of
pre-existing
Rome.
titles. The ZX Spectrum versions of Annals of Rome and DNA Warrior, the ZX Spectrum and Amstrad CPC versions of Loops. These were all
Loops?
UK-only releases, so Thank God. That body of water is really coming in handy. I mean, look at these games. What do you want me to say about them? There's not much to say. Man, that's actually pretty good. There's not much to say about these. They're either incredibly bland, simple, and flat out bad budget PC games from the late 80s, early 90s, or they're not nearly as good. But that brings us to Data Design's
Okay, the
own
Sega Master
console
System.
efforts. Here on the Sega Master System, they ported Xenon 2 Mega Blast. How do we know that?
Oh. Oh.
That's how. Jesus Christ, could this run any slower? Yes. Xenon 2 is a perfectly fine shoot 'em up at its core
Why
that
did he
just so
do
happens
that?
to
Why
also
did
be
he do
painfully
that?
slow when anything other than your ship appears on screen. So I wouldn't say it's bad,
But it's
I'd
also
just say
kind of
it's
bad.
unplayable. But hey, Data Design's catalog thus far may not be anything to write home about, but at least it's fairly inoffensive. I mean, how good you hate the developers
Jeopardy.
of Game Boy Jeopardy. Oh. Well, regardless, this may be Data Design's best effort yet, which isn't saying much.
I mean, how
It's
can
pretty
you
hard to
screw
mess
up Jeopardy?
especially when this version is heavily based on the NES game developed by Rare. So
Yeah,
if they
I
had two
learned about
sources
that
to base
from
this project off of, it'd be more impressive if they
a
picked
earlier
it up.
Scott The
But
Woz
no, it's
reaction
just
that
Jeopardy.
isn't gonna
On
be
the go.
uploaded
Same types of
until
questions
WoW.
you normally get during a game. A tree dweller whose name implies one of the 7 deadly sins.
Keebler.
Alphabetically, it's number 1.
Hey,
It lay in
Hey,
the house that Jack built.
Jack.
yeah.
The more accurate name for the American buffalo.
North American buffalo.
The herring lake fish often requested
Anchovy?
off a pizza.
Bad fish.
Aesop character that won by a
Oh.
hair.
Rapunzel.
Admirals, this father of the nuclear sub, managed to serve 18 years beyond compulsory retirement age.
Admiral? Captain Crunch. No, not that cereal mascot.
I don't know.
Right, Chocula.
And it turns out because Data Design
Jeopardy
did an adequate
Sports
enough
Edition,
job with
Wheel of
Jeopardy,
Fortune.
They got Jeopardy Sports Edition.
How
and
many
Wheel of Fortune on
goddamn
Game Boy as
versions
well.
of Jeopardy
If you
are
needed a
there?
Game Boy or ZX Spectrum version of your game, well, they were Guy. They weren't your guy, my guy, no guy. They were just Guy. But they must have impressed somebody because they received one of the highest honors a developer can
What?
receive, porting a version of
James
James
Pond
Pond 2 codenamed
2.
RoboCod. I mean, look at how many versions exist. How could it not
What is
be?
James
Who's
Pond?
James Pond? Well,
That
question's
guy?
answered.
My apologies if I sound a bit like a Scrooge, but I don't like that fucking fish.
Oh, come on. Where's your Christmas spirit?
All right, my bad. Let's see what the fish can do.
He has a family?
Scary.
Listen, you gotta understand, I can't do both of these at the same time.
Data Design is responsible for the Commodore 64 and Game Boy versions
What
of the
is
title.
James Pond?
Latter
I have
being
never
known as
heard of
Super
that.
James Pond over here. God, this is just a sloppy, bare-bones platformer. It just reeks of a game that was on your PC when you were little, and that's why you played it, because it was there. Now, I'll be fair to Data Design. This isn't an issue exclusive to
Like, it's
their
not
versions of
bad
the
compared
game.
to their
This is
other
the James Pond 2 wide
titles.
epidemic. So let's see if they redeem themselves
Pinky?
with their very own platformer, developed wholly by Data Design. This is Pinky. That isn't Pinky, that's just pink. Wow, a platformer with really bright, colorful, detailed visuals?
What's a
great music,
catchier?
ho-hum controls, and boring level design?
Oh.
I'm impressed! This was followed by Exit on Amiga.
Exit.
Simple block-pushing puzzle game. Nothing to write home about, but it was fine enough for what it was.
Okay.
But that wasn't enough for Data Design. Oh, no. They couldn't stop it being just mediocre. They had to craft one of the worst video games of all time that didn't involve a fucking fish. Data
What?
Design is responsible for the
Rise
SNES,
of the
Game Boy,
Robots.
and Sega Mega Drive, that's the Sega Genesis in Europe, versions of Rise of the Robots, an infamous fighting game. One of the most notorious examples of, oh god. Visually, this ain't half bad.
I mean, it's not
pretty
that
impressive for
bad.
the time. The gameplay, on the other hand,
Ooh.
Jesus. This game was intensely hyped up as some kind of good game. It was mostly all about the graphics, but then it came out. And while the visuals were sufficient considering how heavily marketed they were, the
This was
gameplay
Super Nintendo,
is
by the way, I
so
think.
basic and in some areas flat out broken. You have 3 variations of punches and kicks, but they all look the same. There's barely any characters, bland and lifeless environments, and would you believe the SNES version may be one of the better versions of the game? Another case of Data Design not being entirely at fault here. In fact, they might have been the most competent developer of all of the Rise of the Robots releases. Say what you will, but they put full motion cutscenes in the damn Game Gear version. Like,
The
come
Game
on.
Gear
The game
version?
may be a sloppy, incompetent fighter
Why?
that's mediocre to mash
Why
buttons to at best,
cutscenes in the
but
Game
it's like
Gear
that everywhere.
version?
So how much of this is Data Design's fault? Looking at the reviews of the Game Gear version, All of it.
Oh.
Of course, after that, they had to hop back
Jeopardy
to what they were
again.
best at, Jeopardy on Game Boy with Platinum Edition. Several opera scores by this Italian rival of Mozart. Wozart? It's located
Scott The
between
Wozart.
EST and MST.
The letter S.
This is endless, restless, and useless, and it killed the cat. A gun.
A
Binding
gun.
these four letters to an odor means to execute it at once.
Once.
This round flat bread is the flat basis of tacos, enchiladas, and burritos.
Bread after I sit on it. I misspelled after.
Note that's neither sharp nor flat is said to be this.
Silent, but deadly.
Jessica Tandy won a Tony for this role in A Streetcar Named Desire.
Donald the Duck.
Nanette is a composition for this many musical instruments or voices.
No, I don't speak Italian.
It was correct. What?
I told you.
Platinum Edition is the exact same game as the original, just now with new questions, just like Jeopardy Teen Tournament. on
How
Game
many
Boy, at least the
goddamn
same year as
versions of
Platinum
Jeopardy
Edition.
are there?
This is their bread and butter. Coming up with trivia. I mean, the categories in this round of Jeopardy are immaculate. What should I choose? State capitals for 100 or state capitals for 100? But by 1997, it was about time for the company to head back to the
Conquest
strategy
Earth
game
First
roots with
Encounter.
the title Conquest Earth First Encounter for PC. Published by
Now, is it
IDOS.
bad?
Damn, this may be their first big original release, not
Is
based
it
on
bad?
any prior work that launched outside
Is it
of
bad?
the UK. Let's give them a round of applause. Damn it, go back! Go
Oh,
back!
yeah, it's bad.
Oh, no, it sounds the same! Conquest Earth seems
Yeah,
to
I
be
knew
Data
it. It
Design's
was gonna be
biggest
bad.
effort yet, with all these
So
animated
far,
and
Data
live-action
Design has
cutscenes.
not made
Much
a
like Rise of the
single
Robots,
good
it looks
game.
like they did everything but make a damn game. This is a real-time strategy game. Without the strategy. In fact, the thing that requires the most strategy is navigating the interface. But when we get into the game itself, it's just mindless. You just move your units one toe at a time and kill each enemy. That's it. It's like making a platformer where most of the levels are just straight shots with enemies. It makes sense then when there's a hole in level 45, you go, holy sh**. Conquest Earth was a huge disappointment for many. I mean, Eidos was a well-known publisher. This game got actual press. It wasn't like many of Data Design's other titles, which pretty much just flew under the radar. This was their big chance to make a name for themselves.
And they screwed it
Eyes
up.
were on this game at the time, and they blew it. But, as we can see, that doesn't really matter in the video game industry.
Lego.
Data Design achieved the license to one of the most beloved properties of all
Lego.
time. Not the Raiders!
Lego Rock Raiders.
Rock Raiders on PC. Another goddamn strategy game. What the hell was their problem? Man, you're not good at making sandwiches.
But all I own is bread.
However, despite how their previous strategy games came out, Lego Rock Raiders is generally well liked and still has a fairly active fan community.
Wait,
it's not the mind-blowing.
it's good?
But it's one of those games you can
Wait,
tell
it's
that if you
good?
played it as a kid, you'd probably look back at it fondly today. Of course, that means if you have no nostalgia link to it and try playing it right now, you're not necessarily going to be won over. But you can at least clearly see a decent enough PC game
Wait,
for kids.
it's
Yeah,
good?
this one ain't half bad. So
It's
ain't half bad.
good?
It received a PlayStation release, also developed by Data Design. Well, if the PC version wasn't half bad, this is well over 60%. What the hell happened here? This is a completely different
Okay,
game.
so
Well, Rock Raiders on
I know
PC
that
was okay.
Categories
This-
did a.
This is genuinely abysmal. This is a top-down game where you just walk around.
I
and
know that
collect all the green
Categories
crystals in these
did this in
unbelievably
his
dark
Lego
levels with
games video.
Nothing of note in them. It's just walk around and find all the things. This is horrible.
I know what you mean. My father's dead.
I guess word got out.
Tonka!
Tonka could take your beloved kid's toy license and give you something to bitch about at Thanksgiving. Because shortly after Lego, Data Design took a stab
Tonka.
at Tonka with Tonka Space Station on PC and PlayStation. Arrest them.
Okay,
Why have
now is
so
it
many
bad?
companies entrusted these
Is it-
guys with
the
their
real
brands?
question is
Kids'
it
brands,
bad?
no less. Have you seen what they do in their spare time? Dude, this game is notorious for making no damn sense, at least to every person in the world ever. There's no explanations, no tutorials, it's up to you to figure out how Tonka made it to space. Fortunately, the amount of time you have to spend figuring the controls and objectives out makes up for the lack of content in the game. It
Oh.
stretches a 30-minute game to about 5 or 6
minutes?
hours, that's good. Well, this game is bad.
30
There's still
minutes?
a certain level of quality it adheres to. It's something
Hold
that doesn't
on,
look out of the
30
ordinary for a
minutes?
children's PC game from the
That's
early
it?
2000s, which unfortunately leads this game to be pretty easily forgotten, which is really bad when you're trying to find something to play.
This looks fun.
So, if these are bad, unmemorable games, something has to change.
Bad memorable games.
Oh, I was just gonna try a different shirt.
This was the era of data design shift in focus from bad video games to the Antichrist. Around the same time as Tonka
Gubble
Space Station,
Buggy
two
Racer.
other data design releases, Tonka Monster Trucks and Gubble Buggy
Another
Racer
Tonka game?
on PC. Yeah,
Is
let's
it longer
face in
than the
face of my
last
belief
one?
System.
They can't drive.
Tonka Space Station got a PS1 release. Conquest Earth and especially Lego Rock Raiders on PC are well known and popular enough to figure out how to run them on modern hardware. Gubble Buggy Racer, I'm not even positive exists. Like, this shouldn't be that hard to figure out. It's Gubble Buggy Racer, not God. Doesn't mean you can't find downloads for it online, and I got pretty damn close to running this thing. I deserve a medal.
Almost got
Because all I can
Gubble
do is
Buggy
gawk at
Racer to
gameplay
run.
online.
Oh.
Scott's opinion is, do 3 dots count? Tonka Monster Trucks is far easier to find a physical copy of, but that doesn't mean anything when it comes to running it on a modern PC. A
Yeah,
similar issue to
trying to
Gubble
run
Buggy
like
Racer,
old
but like what I said
PC
about Tonka
games
Space
on
Station,
modern
while these games may all be
PCs,
of a lower
it's like
quality,
harder than
still see
trying to
bit of
find a
effort
needle
here.
in a
It's like,
haystack.
my God, you included the color yellow? But once data design entered the 6th
Oh,
generation of gaming,
Nickelodeon!
everything changed with the release of Nickelodeon Party Blast. Oh my God, data design's making bad games now? It's a crossover between all your favorite Nickelodeon characters like Cat from Cat Dog and Dog from Cat Dog. There's 5 minigames to play
What
here.
is
5. 1, 2, 3,
Cat
4,
Dog?
5.
What is
It
Cat
very useful.
Dog?
I only have to use one hand to describe this game.
Because the other one is busy.
Okay, so I think a 1 out of 10 is a bit harsh for this game.
Maybe a 2 out of
maybe.
10?
I think as a Nickelodeon product, there's enough here for a child to think they like it. Some voice acting, enough references to the source material. It's not incredible in these regards, but it does
It's
enough
not
to ensure
awful.
children will just convince themselves this is good. Look, it's Jimmy Neutron.
I knew it was missing
The
something.
But
Last of
outside
Us.
of the license, this game has about 20 minutes of content overall. With
That's
such a full
shorter than
amount of minigames
Tonka.
that all play and control abysmally. It's not unplayable. But why does that matter? Why would you want to play it? Nickelodeon Party Blast feels designed around the concept of kids stupid. They don't know any better. They'll play anything with a smile in it. And they'll do it over and over and over again. Children will replay the same movie 4,000 times, so why put more than 5 minigames in the title? They won't notice. Their brains don't fully grow until they're 25.
And I just realized this game kind of sucks.
This design philosophy is what carried data design through the next 10 years. It's a pretty rock solid plan. I mean, I don't want shit, so don't give it to me. And thus, data design stopped giving a shit.
Okay.
5 games in 2004, all original IPs on the PlayStation 2.
And the first one is Mythmakers Orbs of Doom.
Are you sure it's not lie pumpers? Circles are bad?
Circles are
orbs
bad.
Don't really do it for me. Now spheres though. Why do I have to respond to that?
So lie pumper circles are bad. You may be looking at like, oh, this is
Monkey
D-tier
Ball.
Monkey Ball. I'd say it's more like A-tier Denny's. This is a part of Data Design's new
Mythmakers
series,
Orbs of
Mythmakers.
Doom.
Every Walt Disney needs their Mickey Mouse. Every Vlad the Impaler needs something f***ed up. So I guess the basis here is that the Mythmakers are child-looking creatures, children if you will, dressed up as fictional, mythical icons. You have Trixie as the Easter Bunny, Nick as Santa Claus. Why stop there? Where is he? I guess
Uncle
this guy is
Buck.
a main villain, but that's just profiling. I don't think he appears in the actual game because this thing has no cutscenes, no story, no nothing. It's all about reading between the lines.
It's
with this
Monkey
one.
Ball.
Oh, it's just a very simple, bland, and lifeless Super Monkey Ball clone with some of the most
It's Monkey
uninteresting
Ball.
level designs you could ask for. Why would you ask for that? The game's beatable in under an hour, and even when you do, nothing
That's
happens.
longer
It just
than
kicks you back to
Tonka.
the title screen. I mean, I would at least want an apology. However, disregarding how bad of a game this is, well, when you do that, it's not that bad. It functions, and thankfully, to rectify that, Data Design released a Wii version 3 years later. Alright, so it's Orbs of Doom
Yeah,
with a
motion
tweaked
controls.
menu screen and forced motion control. How do I describe these? Like, you ever tried tilting a hot dog down? That shit hurts. Yeah, I would have vastly preferred if they had you hold the Wii remote sideways to tilt it around instead of vertically. But, you know what they say, f this game. But see, this was all a part of Data
Ninja
Design's big strategy.
Breadman.
First off, release numerous games on the PlayStation 2 and PC in Europe only. For some reason, Europe had pretty lenient guidelines on what legally
Peter
qualified
Pan,
as a PlayStation 2 game over there.
Cinderella.
The Mouse Police. No, they don't make cuffs that small! Some incredibly low-quality releases on the platform occurred only in Europe. Many of which were
Phoenix
published by a company known as
Games.
Phoenix Games, who happened to work with data design to publish many of their titles too. Then when the Nintendo Wii came out, they saw this as an opportunity.
God dang,
not only to bring
Phoenix
their
Games.
to a
If
new
you've
console,
seen
but a new
the
market
old
as well.
Catacarus
This was how us
videos,
Ohioans played
then
most of Data
you
Design's
know
games from this
exactly
era.
what
The Wii
Phoenix
version
Games
of
are.
The European PlayStation 2 version of bad.
Oh.
But some games remained exclusive to Europe and the PlayStation 2 and
Hamster
PC,
Ball?
such as one Habit Trail Hamster Ball. I know you may be asking, what's Habit Trail, Scott?
What
I
happened
can
to
answer the
Grandpa?
First question. Habit Trail is a line of hamster accessories.
Oh.
Data Design secured the rights to a hamster ball
Really?
brand.
I didn't
You
know
went
there were
from
rights to
Tonka,
secure.
The game
the
even has
hamster
special menus
product.
showing tips on proper hamster care, the do's and don'ts of owning a hamster, what to feed them, hamster food good, poison bad. This game's just trying to sell me on damn hamster bleach. Well,
It's
Habit Trail
goddamn
hamster ball is.
It's Orbs of Doom. Yeah, it's Orbs
Let's
of
move on to another
It's
game.
Orbs of Doom.
Next up, Hamster Heroes.
Oh, great. Now I have to thank them for their service?
I already do.
So what do these little critters do that I can't do with the 12 gauge?
Nothing. As long as you have that gun, these hamsters are worthless.
Hamster
Okay.
Heroes is.
It's goddamn Orbs of Doom again.
Let's move on to another game. 3 damn rodent in a ball games? Hell, 4 if you want to count how Hamster Heroes was reprinted with a different cover.
What?
These look like damn mice. Let
Hey,
the war rage
the
on.
game,
Now, all these games
but
are pretty damn
just a
similar, but they do
reprint?
have differences, you know?
How'd they get away
balls,
with this?
Mice. Hamster Heroes definitely feels better to control. than
seriously, how'd
Orbs
they
of
get away
Doom.
with this?
Level design is way more nonsensical, and then you have Habit Trail, which is just a complete joke with its level design. So yeah, there's a game for everybody. But while each of these games are different, they're really not at the same time. They have the same assets, user interface, features. I mean, it feels like they just drag and drop new art into the loading screens and called it a day. I mean, Hamster Heroes and Habit Trail Hamster Ball are pretty much the exact same thing outside of Habit Trail taking place in a bedroom, Heroes in a lab, and the hamsters have got to be bleeding. Well, I'd trade a bleeding hamster for a bloody rat any day. Let's
Super
try
Kart
Mythmaker
GP.
Super
The
Kart
goddamn
GP,
Mythmakers are
another
back.
2004 European
It's a
PS2
Mario
release
Kart.
that came over here on the Wii in 2007. Finally, the Mythmakers can bitch about gas prices with my dad. It's an extraordinarily basic Mario Kart clone. The one that includes environments from Orbs of Doom, which is world building. It's like seeing something f***ed up on the news. It adds a layer. So, this is a game that works. It's so basic, it would be
It's
surprising
decent.
if it didn't. The controls are a little touchy, but they do the job, though.
At
I don't have to
least
shake
it's
the controller to use
sideways
an
this
item.
time.
I already have to tilt it to steer. That's like rubbing your stomach while patting your head while driving. You do as little as even think about touching anything in the game, and your cart's gonna flip out. You're gonna end up
Wow,
backwards
okay,
on your side.
physics.
The physics are completely messed up, and thankfully, the game knows that and resets you back in place if it detects that you spun out. But that just leads me to ask what you didn't consider these as cries for help. There's barely any content here, too. They basically have 4 tracks that are just repeated throughout the rest of the game, except now it's nighttime, or now you have to do the track backwards. Yeah, that's more
That's like
content. Much like how
that's
Sonic
like
Colors in Europe has
original
more
like
content
Super
than the
Mario
North
Kart.
American release. See?
Oh,
Maybe Data
oh,
Design's other
the
kart
joke.
racing effort is
The
effort.
joke is
This
that colors is
Action
spelled
Girls
differently
Racing.
in Europe.
Second, this is just Living World Racing again. Yeah, Living World Racing was a European
it's the same game.
PC release, and similar to Habit Trail Hamster Ball, it has the endorsement of Rodent Studios. Yeah, I thought Living World was a children's cartoon series or something like The Busy World of Richard Scarry. Dude, they make rat food. We can pick from some of our favorite Living World animals. Mr. Mouse, Mr. Hamster,
you thought
Mr.
that
Rat,
hamster
Mr.
product's
Guinea
gonna get
Pig,
worse.
Mr. Chinchilla, Mr. Dwarf Rabbit, Mr. Rabbit, and Mr. Ferret. Now, what can we infer by this character roster?
Is that they don't
Absolute
exist?
Sausage fest.
But also how Living World has a vast array of iconic characters. I mean, they are all here on the loading screen. That's Mr. Mouse. So surely, because this is a racing game featuring these characters and they're prominently featured with names, I can look up Mr. Mouse from Living World and see all the other wacky adventures Mr. Mouse has gotten himself into.
Nothing.
Well, I got news for you. There is no Mr. Mouse, Mr. Hamster, Mr. Rat, Chinchilla, Guinea Pig, Dwarf Rabbit, Rabbit, Ferret. The only example of these characters being as they are is Living World Racing.
Yeah.
A racing game starring your favorite characters from Living World Racing. I thought for as long as I had this game, oh, this must be some kid's show in Europe. Not only, no, they make rat betting, but these characters aren't even characters, which for a character named Mr. Rat, I'm fucking shocked. So the only person this game would appeal to,
Oh, to be a mouse for a day.
That
is
person.
This one isn't good either. I mean, thankfully with this being
It's
only on
what
PS2 and
these
PC,
games
there's
are
no
literally
forced
just the
motion controls,
same
though.
thing
It's not
over and
like
over
those are
again.
Unbearable on Wii. They're just really fucking bad. But it's not like any of these are necessarily better or worse. They're just the same damn games. Even the power-ups are basically copy and pasted. If I had to pick one, I'd say Action Girls Racing may be the worst. I mean, the first damn level is one of the worst designed pieces of fiction I've ever experienced. The first damn thing you do in the course is go through doors that just look like they're part of the background. Then you're expected to make turns like this? This feels like a damn platformer level you shoved go-karts in. Like, judging from Data Design's new strategy, let's check out their platformers to see if this stage originated somewhere. Actually, I just found
VR
out.
War?
This is
Ninja Breadman.
It's a cookie.
Wait, I've seen that before. That's Milk's best friend.
You know, maybe we shouldn't be paid in cookies and milk when we deliver these presents. The bank doesn't take them. I've tried.
Yeah, well, the Tooth Fairy gets paid in teeth. We can get paid in, like, I don't know, fingernails? Could be the finger fairies?
We can't do that. We need a drink, too.
How about tomato soup?
No, we'll stay in the snow. Why don't we get $200 a piece?
So this is our current project.
Us!
Now it is.
So is Ninja Breadman just a gingerbread cookie ninja, or is this just a whole ass subgenre? Well, let's see how Data Design does platformers. They don't. What the f***? Okay,
What?
I'm dead.
Oh.
And I'm dead again.
Oh.
My god, why bees? What, they couldn't get the rights to flies? This game feels like chafing. We just collect all the keys to unlock the portal at the end and move on to the next stage. Repeat that 6 times and you're not playing Ninja Breadman because there's only 4 levels. Wow, this game is so bad. It only has 4 levels. Did you want more? Well, the Wii game only tells you to jump with the nunchuck. You can jump with the Z button.
I always forget that you
Concrete
can
evidence I've
do
seen
motion
so far
controls
that
with
God
nunchuck.
exists. For some reason, Data Design forced
I
motion
like it's
control
so
into all
like
their
it's
Wii
rarely
ports,
ever
which
used.
I never understood. That's more work! Because without motion control, this game plays perfectly fine on the PlayStation 2.
Define plays.
Candyland is under attack.
Candyland? Really?
Pick your original name, will ya? Oh no, Scrabble is under attack. Hordes of snapping cupcakes. See, I just don't get that shit. Well, why are they attacking me? I'm one of them! Throw ninja stars to stun enemies and follow up with the mighty samurai sword, reducing enemies into a quivering pool of raspberry jam. Even the bees? It's just a completely generic 3D
It's just a
platformer, one that
basic
gives me
platformer.
just by controlling it, because Ninja Breadman is so damn fast and using your weapon is so damn slow that every moment in this game just feels like
Yeah.
It works. It's a game, but it's the bare minimum of what I'd call one. You can beat it in under an hour. Probably 20 minutes if you knew what you were doing. Done. Yeah.
20 minutes?
Cookie, I know.
So, Ninja Breadman,
That's
not the best
that's
it could
shorter
be.
than
Similar sentiment I
Tonka.
have towards organized crime. I'd definitely rather play it than Data Design's kart racing efforts. Most of those are just incredibly boring. Ninja Breadman's got that, and bees. Next in line of Data Design's Wii era
Anubis.
platformers is this.
Anubis 2? They made a second new
Wait,
Bis?
that's a
Oh, I
that's a
love the
2?
It had
I thought that
graphics,
was part of the rectangle.
Graphics? The only graph I'm saying Ick 2 is this one.
There's no Anubis 1?
There's no Anubis 1 on any screen I'm aware of, and that includes a screen on my back door. And I ain't talking about my ass. Why are you whispering that to me?
Anubis 2 is actually supposed to be pronounced Anubis II, as if this is the offspring of
What?
the original Egyptian god Anubis. Okay, that's fine, but just call the game Anubis Jr. There will never be another incarnation of the Egyptian god Anubis. Wait, and drum roll, please.
Is this the same game as Ninja Breadman?
Damn, all we could get was a rim shot. Of course it's the same goddamn thing as Ninja Breadman.
Yep.
I mean, even if there isn't an actual Anubis 1, there is. Anubis 2 actually does switch things up, though, featuring more levels, longer levels. Because that was Ninja Breadman's problem. There wasn't enough of it. While there are enough changes between most of Data Design's work here to classify
So
these
this
as
game is called
different
Anubis
games,
2, but there isn't
I
a
may be
first
playing
one.
Data Design games right now, but I
Honestly,
ain't
that's a
stupid.
good
I'm just running
marketing
out of options to gain
campaign.
a personality. These
Like,
are the
make
same
people
damn
think
things,
that there's
evident
a
by
first
one
game when
rock and
really
roll
there's not
adventures.
a sequel. It's the same game!
I always thought Ninja Breadman was oddly Elvis-shaped. Then we have the third in the
Is it
Mythmaker
the
series,
same
Mythmakers,
game as
Trixie,
Ninja
and
Breadman?
Toyland. Before we see what it is, let's go over what it might be.
It's the-
Bad. It's strange how the platformer was the third Mythmakers game, while the Monkey Ball clone
It's
and
the
Kart
same
Racer
game.
came before it.
It's the
But
same
hey,
game.
You know,
It's the
leave it
same
to Data
game.
Design to break conventions. For example, most people say you shouldn't eat piss. Yeah, you drink it. Mythmakers is just like Ninja Bread Man, which is just like Anubis 2, which is just like Rock and Roll Adventures. It's like Elvis with ears. And that's Data Design's lineup of 3D
4
platformers
games.
for the PS2, PC,
The exact
and
same
Wii, which
thing.
pales in comparison to all the damn racing games. Listen, there's nothing to say about these games.
Monster Trucks Arenas. Have any of you ever played this game?
God, no.
No.
This game involves my 3 biggest fears. Monsters, trucks, and the Monster Trucks Arena video game.
My 3 biggest fears are men, bread, and losing my brother in a homicide.
I know how you feel. I got a gluten allergy.
The Monster Trucks games are just the
Monster
same as the
Trucks.
car racers, but with big-ass cars. Rig Racer 2 is the same as the Monster Trucks games, but with trucks. Now, where's Rig Racer 1? I don't know. Maybe it's the same as Anubis the 2nd, and it's pronounced Rig Racer the 2nd. Goodyear Racing, classic British motor racing, urban extreme street rage, and all the damn Kawasaki games. Snowmobiles, quad bikes, jet ski. Yeah, Data Design got the license to make a jet ski game with the Kawasaki brand. The same license Nintendo got for their jet ski game, Wave Race 64. So in a weird way, Data Design created a spiritual successor to Wave Race 64.
And it's terrible. It's terrible. Is it
It's
bad?
obvious why Data Design pumped out
I mean,
so many
it's kind of
racing
like
games.
Wave Racer
They're obviously
64.
fairly easy to
Just
iterate on.
bad.
You can make a Monster Trucks game and a Truck Trucks game, swap the cars and environments, and for some reason,
You got a
these
new
two feel
game.
more distinct than Ninja Bread Man and Anubis 2. But outside of these examples, they did some more experimental racing games, like London Taxi, Rush Hour. This is a clone of the Crazy Taxi series, which is a bit less
Oh.
egregious than Billy the Wizard Rocket Broomstick Racing, which is a clone of Little Wizards. Oh my!
Oh, it's a clone of Knights.
Moving on, Earache Extreme Metal Racing, based
Okay.
on the record label Earache. That's just great. Yeah, next up, Crash.
Another
Easter egg
racing
hunt.
game?
Mini desktop racing.
What?
These are all horrible, okay? Billy and Desktop have the worst feeling controls of the bunch. London Taxi is probably the most tolerable, and then Earache, it's just badass. Much like misspelling kids while playing sports. It's the Kids Sports series. Here's basketball. And ice hockey. And
Okay.
international football.
What?
You know, in Europe on the PS2, this was called City Soccer Challenge. Soccer. In Europe.
Soccer.
You're in Europe. Why are you calling it the
I
American term? You
always
don't call crumpets
have no
cheese
idea
nips over
why,
there. The Kids
like,
Sports series is about as bland as it
and
gets.
soccer is called
But
football
I
in
will
our
admit,
territories.
For what they are, they do the job, unlike the Kids Sports series. This almost looks like it's from an entirely different franchise. Kids Sports Crazy Mini Golf, featuring new U technology, allowing anybody to put
that's just
themselves
me.
in the game. Wait, what?
Wait, Rex, what are you doing?
Oh, I just decided to tinker.
Tinker?
Yeah, it's Tink brought to the next level.
A chicken man. It doesn't work. This game doesn't work. I have no idea
It's
how
just
anybody can
me
control
as-
this. Like, what the hell am I doing wrong? I'm not playing Crazy Mini Golf 2,
they
obviously.
made a sequel.
And I'm still wrong. Now, Data Design put out Junior League Sports later on, which is pretty much an updated compilation of kids' sports basketball, ice hockey, and soccer all in one disc.
So
Even
why
nicer, they
make?
include more of their games
So why
here,
make
like, Party
individual
Pig's Farmyard
games? Then you
Games.
could just
It's
make a
a bunch
collection.
of hogs competing in the Olympics, but it's on a farm. Oh, that's what the title meant. I have to admit, though, this was a later Data Design release. No PS2 or PC version. This launched fully for the
This
Wii in
is just a Wii
2009,
exclusive.
and I mean, it's not good, but it's its own game. It's not reusing loads of assets like previous Wii efforts. This is an original Data Design release. We haven't gotten one of those in years. Why stop there? How about
Battle
Battle Rage, the
Rage.
Robot Wars? This has no obvious Data Design attributes outside of the fact it's poorly designed and controlled, and the game as a whole rips ass. But
Have they made a single
still,
good
my
game
personal
yet?
Golf Trainer on Wii is a
My
completely
personal golf
different beast
trainer.
from the Crazy Mini Golf series, and intends on teaching you how to properly play golf rather than whatever the hell that series was doing to my brain. This is pretty much just a series of videos with some interactive segments here and there. Best damn thing they've done. This means things are looking up. What I said
That's last
still
game.
applies.
Okay, what's left? Well, some licensed kids games exclusive to Europe on the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
An American Tale, Casper and the Ghostly Trio, and Casper's Scare School. What do these all have in common?
It's the same game. It's the same game.
Yeah, they all fucking stink. An
Two
American
Casper
Tail
games,
is
by
a
the way.
very sloppy, basic, and simple minigame collection disguised as a level-based story mode, and is pretty much a data design sampler platter. First couple stages are Monkey Ball clones, followed by some platforming, stages, and it'll take you roughly 35 minutes to get through this.
5 minutes
if you shave
longer
off
than
the time I spent
Tonka.
on the title screen.
I don't know why, but that title music, it just makes me laugh.
Casper and the Ghostly Trio and Casper's
Two
Scare
Casper
School are
games.
both cut from the same cloth. Both incredibly basic and generic platforms.
What'd they do to Casper?
Better than Ninja Breadman, worse than Forced Extinction of Species.
And that's last.
There, all data design games tested. If we're quick, we can catch up to Santa. It's only 2 a.m. on April 16th.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had work a month ago.
I can't believe we missed the deadline for Christmas Eve! We wasted 4 months playing these games!
Well, I wouldn't say wasted. Probably just say misused.
Yeah, I enjoyed not talking about my ass for 4 months.
Yeah.
Again, why did you whisper it?
Yeah, it says right here. I'm pretty cool. And by proxy, so are all you.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, actually, looking back at it all, it doesn't really feel like a waste of my time because I spent it with all of you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Christmas is all about.
We do have the competitive edge. Santa may be able to give all these physical gifts, but we don't need that. We have our time and company.
We just
and
had friendship.
We have the experience of going through all
And
those
data
horrible
design.
games together that'll last us through our entire lives. It's way more valuable than something you can unwrap. These games as gifts are absolute garbage, but the memories we made.
Yeah,
spending
maybe
time with each
terrible
other, going
games
through
aside from
them,
Jeopardy, maybe.
it's priceless.
But
And that
we
can
have
be what sets us
friendship.
apart. We won't give away presents. We'll give away our time and energy. Come on, guys. It's a beautiful, snowy April night in Ohio. Let's go carol.
Snowy April night.
Well, that's how I spend my 114 days of Christmas, and I don't regret it. Data Design Interactive is the worst game developer of all time.
And then
There's no
Phoenix
getting
Games
around
is
that.
just sitting right there.
That doesn't mean they never tried. Going through their history, it's honestly really sad to see a studio just trying to get by, doing what they could. Picking up porting jobs, making all different types of games, just trying to see what sticks.
And nothing
In
stuck.
the end, what
Aside from
ended
a
up working for
Jeopardy.
them was oversaturating the market with constant garbage budget releases that were all clones of each other. It felt like they were saying, "We give up. We know we're bad. Let's not even try anymore." But all that may have worked for a
were they
couple
even
years.
successful with these games?
It obviously wasn't sustainable. It just goes to show that you can try to game the system, put as little effort into your work as possible, and it may work initially, but it's gonna catch up to you at some point. However, while what they did wasn't noble, they still created some of the most memorable gaming experiences for me of all time, even if
Because
they
you
were
spent
all
it with
horrible.
friends.
Just
And
going
that's
from
what
Ninja
Christmas is
Breadman
all
to Anubis
about.
2, from Action Girls Racing to Mythmaker's Superkart GP, and just seeing the same damn game, that sticks with you. It's good that they're gone, but man, they gave me one of my best Christmas memories of all time.
Oh.
And I just wish I could give them as merry of a Christmas as they gave to me. I wish they were back making games again today, just for a little bit. Near the end of their life, they were actually trying a bunch of new things.
Yeah, they were actually trying.
Projects would have evolved these days.
That's like new for them.
I just wish I could tell them, Merry Christmas, Data Design.
He said the title.
Junior League Sports on Nintendo Switch. Crazy Mini Golf on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, they're back!
Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Never mind.
Merry Christmas, Data Design! Okay, that was actually pretty fun learning about Data Design and their terrible games. That was a fun, that was a fun, Christmas special. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, we have only seen, like, 2 of these Christmas specials. I know there are, like, a whole lot more, but, it's just fun, like, watching these. Like, Scott The Woz is just, like, a fantastic time around. Whether it be, like, a normal episode or a special like this. This was really fun, learning about data design and their terrible collection of games. And, you know, the story behind this. Scott The Woz Season 6. Oh, so was this like the finale to Season 6? So, how many seasons of Scott The Woz are there? Like, we're going into 2026. I'm not sure how long Scott The Woz has been around. Like, probably like 2017, maybe? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Well, that was Merry Christmas Data Design by Scott The Woz. That was actually really fun. Learning about data design and their terrible collection of games. And, you know, maybe Christmas isn't about competing with Santa or the gifts or anything. It's the time you spend with family and friends. And I just gotta say, if this is probably the only video, the Jumpycool Christmas Countdown 2025 that you watch, I just gotta say, Merry Christmas. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, which will be the Pizza Tower lyrics video for the Christmas special. Bye-bye!